Recorded.
All right, thank you very much. And thanks to everybody. I'm seeing lots of familiar names, and I'm honored that you would choose to join today. And this will not take up too much of your day, but I did want to share this resource. We were honored to win the National Educational Technology Team Award last year for this effort. And I have to say it was totally a team effort. While Marilyn Poole and I revised the curriculum, and Marilyn is a retired extension professional that some of you may know, we did revise the curriculum, but we wanted an interactive way to educate youth, and that's how this Monstrous Manor came about. On your screen, you should see our Georgia 4-H Manners Worth Millions website. It is open to you. All you have to do is go to Georgia 4-H, and if you would like to just type in the search box at the top that you will see on the top right on your screen, Manners Worth Millions, it will take you directly to this page. That's easier than giving you the long, drawn-out website, but you can see at the top it's under several different subheadings, so it's easier if you want to get there that way. However, if you can't find it at all, please let me know, and I will be glad to email you the direct link. My email is cv4h@uga.edu. I can put that in the chat box later if anyone did not have a chance to get that. So let's just dive right in. We developed a new Georgia 4-H Manners Worth Millions curriculum. And again, as I said, Marilyn and I worked on this together. We call Marilyn Miss Manners here in Georgia 4-H, and that she educates a lot of youth with that. We have a program here in Athens called Perfectly Polished that many youth go through, and so we have a lot of resources from that group. And a lot of Georgia 4-Hers choose to work for that group when they come here to the university. So it's a reciprocal program, but we got a lot of information and worked with them, and they also were critiquers of our curriculum to make sure that they thought it would work. We had several older manners curriculums that had been developed by Georgia 4-H, and so Marilyn and I kind of merged those and made them into the new Manners Worth Millions. You can see that we have sheets on the introduction, obviously, and dating etiquette. Then we have dining etiquette, dining out, dress for success. We have a manners bowl game that's a lot of questions that's easy to take for a club meeting to a classroom. A lot of our 4-H agents use that as a club meeting, and I would love for you to use that too if you're interested. We have one on meeting and greeting, prom etiquette, because we're getting a lot of questions about prom etiquette, particularly from our high school kids, as you know. Thank you notes, which we all know are important. And then here's the thing we're going to talk mostly about today, the Monstrous Manor game. But we also have a suggested attire chart to tell kids what is casual, what is white tie, because we have a lot of dress codes in 4-H, and I'm sure you have this in your state as well, that kids always have questions, well, what's really formal, what's really black tie, what's white tie. Also on this page, I want to give out a shout out to my co-worker Lori Gallimore from Tennessee 4-H. She shared some great resources with us as well and allowed us to post her resources on our page. So you not only get some Georgia 4-H curriculum, you get Tennessee 4-H curriculum as well. And there's all sorts of games that Lori developed to go along with the curriculum that could easily be used with either curriculum. So just know that this is here for you. It's free for you to use, and I'd love to hear from you if you think that you are going to be using this or how you've used it in the future. I will just pull up one of these sheets just to show you. Okay, and you can kind of see we just give the basic guidelines about what should be expected on dating etiquette on that sheet. In the Manners Bowl competition, we have questions from all of these sheets that can be used, and we have used this very successfully with our high school aged youth at several of what we call senior 4-H conferences that are held in the spring around the state. And we also have a Georgia 4-H prom, which is kind of different. That's our statewide senior 4-H conference, and we actually have a 4-H prom. So that's what kind of prompted us to do the prom etiquette, the suggested attire, and some other things that we added, including dating etiquette. And all of these questions are in the Manners Bowl, which is often used at that event to educate kids about manners, and also they may go back and obviously attend their own local prom. So, diving into our game, let's talk about this. I am very fortunate in working at the university in that I work with the Office of Instructional Technology on projects. We can submit projects, and if their students pick them, we get a lot of work done for free. This was one of those projects. So master's students here at UGA and at the Gwinnett campus, which is right outside of Atlanta, worked on this for us, and they did it all free of charge, and they gave me a great product. So I'd urge you, wherever you are, to seek out and see if there is a group like that at your university that's looking for projects, because it's a very simple form that I have to fill out, and I just put it in and said, you know, we'd like an interactive thing, and within 2 or 3 days, they happened to be looking at projects right then, I got a call saying that they wanted to do this project. They were great to work with. They developed storyboards. They developed another logo that we use sometimes. They developed all sorts of things, a flow chart, and I was able to include that with our award to show that it was truly a team effort. So we had not only professionals working on it, but UGA students as well, and I thought that was important. And they had a grasp of what the kids would want and what the kids would need to learn from. So again, we wanted to have, my instructions to them were that we wanted to have a module that consisted of 2 to 3 interactive learning activities, and we wanted to provide the user with 30 minutes to an hour of learning. Earlier, our state 4-H leader had challenged us as 4-H specialists in charge of subject matter curriculums to find ways to motivate and educate youth using these new and emerging technologies. This was also designed to lift some of the burden from our local 4-H agents in educating youth who may not be able to attend workshops or events. We all know problems with transportation, after-school jobs, you name it, kids have those conflicts with 4-H. And we wanted to put something online that kids could use away from school, 4-H, and they could still learn and gain that information. So this project debuted in the summer of 2015, and it's been so far a huge success. Currently, using Google Analytics, I've got about 3,500 youth and adults that have participated in the interactive Monstrous Manor module, and we also had a feedback group that did testing during our testing phase and during 4-H club meetings. And so they actually tested for us, gave us hints on what we should change, what we should make better, and how it would better work with kids. So again, I've told you it's been used at many places, and the evaluations have been overwhelmingly positive, and we felt like this was a very successful and innovative teaching tool and an overall teaching approach for Georgia 4-H. We have also put back in for this to be updated and some more modules added to this in the future. Some of the comments from participants before I actually go into the game, this has made it fun for me to learn about manners. Thank you. I really enjoyed learning about manners online. Sometimes I've been embarrassed to admit that I did not know where to put my napkin or which fork to use. I can now attend our State 4-H Congress and dine with confidence. My after-school schedule does not always allow me to attend all the 4-H club meetings and workshops that I want to in my county. Now I can still study and be an active part of our county 4-H program. And thank you. This is educational and interactive, and I can use it in my school and at 4-H meetings to teach manners worth millions to 4-Hers of all ages. What a great resource. We have needed something like this. This is awesome. Thank you so much. My kids love it, and so do I. So you can see those are just some of the random comments that came in from our testing phase as well as our evaluations that we have done afterwards. So it's been a very big success for us, and again, you are free to use this. We hope you will, and we hope you enjoy it. And I'm going to take you now through some of the things of the game. So we'll begin. If anybody needs me to slow down or anything, just type in the chat box and I'll keep an eye on that. So there's an intro, and you'll just go through that. Yes, what is it? Well, since we're talking about manners, Yes, we are trying to, shouldn't we use manners when speaking about manners? Oh yes, you are right. So you can see it's very cute. Some people like to use this with our younger 4-H audiences, but a great way to have your older 4-Hers involved is to let them lead the younger kids through this module. So there's ways for them to be involved as well. And also, back on the website, there are other games that you can use with your high school youth if you want to use it specifically for them. So let's start again. And I love it that his eyes move. Even if you don't use formal manners a lot in your everyday life, you never know when they will come in handy. You see practicing the manners as a way to show others your respect and care about them, and that's a skill everyone else can use, especially when trying to make new friends. All right, and then you click on the clover to begin. All right, so we're going to say that we're new in town, so we're going to ask to be shown around. So welcome to the neighborhood. All right, and we click on our mailbox. All right, we look forward to meeting you in our neighborhood. It is customary for new neighbors to host a fancy dinner party to show you are a classy and refined individual. We have sophisticated taste here in Monstrous Manor. We'll see you this Friday at 7. So it looks like we have a party to get ready for, and we want to show off our best manners so we can make a good impression on our new neighbors. Luckily, we've got a little while to practice, and 4-Hers Manners Worth Millions program is here to help you. So this is one of the things that I specifically asked for when I was working with the instructional design students. I really wanted a drag and drop set the table because I thought that kids would learn from that. So that is this activity that we're about to proceed to. Uh-oh. Okay, malfunction. But here's the table setting guide. So the kids are supposed to read this first, okay? And we give them some things to remember with, like bread and drink. You make the B and D, and that comes from my coworker Casey Mull. And so Casey is also, we call him Mr. Manners around here, and he helped us review parts of this curriculum as well. So as you can see, it really was a team effort. Forks is how, when setting the table, fork comes first, O for the plate in the middle, right side knife and spoon. And so the knife blade is always pointed toward the dinner plate. So we put all these little things for the kids to learn from. Okay. We have the formal and everyday settings. So again, they redid some of the handouts that are actually in here as well. Okay. So we're going to continue. So we reviewed the guides, and now we're going to continue. Okay. So we want to show our neighbors that we're classy, and we want to take some time to try setting the table for a family-style meal. So this is the drag and drop game. So, and it just gives you instructions here. And it will tell you immediately if it's correct. So, and it will also tell you if you're incorrect. So that's what I love about this. So I'm just playing with it to see if it does where it will tell me. See, so now it's correct. So, and so on. So, you know, you have your bread plate, and we learned that bread goes on. You have to get it exactly right. That's the only thing is kids have to have a little patience to get it right. So we'll probably place it over here, but bread does go over here. But I'm going to skip now. All right, and we know that our napkin goes on the left, and it has to be far left, okay? So the kids have to do a little playing around with the place setting, but again, they're learning by doing because they're setting the table. So that's an important skill. Many kids have told us that they don't know how to do place settings. So we felt like this was very important that they learn from this. So you can kind of see how that activity works, and I think that's a lot of fun. And believe me, I make my own personal 4-H'er practice it at home. All right, so I'm going to go back to the beginning, and you can get out of that, but we could also choose the level. All right, so we have the, I'm back to the prologue again, but I'm just skipping through this very quickly because there's other games that I can get to from there. All right, and then we can skip straight to the real bit. Then we have 5 minutes to set the formal place setting. So this is a lot of fun as well. And you can just put things around, and it'll tell you where they go. And I'm doing everything wrong on purpose. So I got 0. No, I got 4. All right, so 4 right. So, but you do get to go, and you can redo it. So you can replay it. I scared them off. I scared the neighbors off. So, all right, so then you replay. Okay, so you get to practice the family style. Then you go straight to the formal. Okay? And we'll go back through that and I'm just going to submit it and go back through there for time's sake. But you can have time to play around with this in your office. Okay? So we're going to say game over to that. And then we're going to do a different thing. We're going to go to, yes, I'm sure of my level. And we're going to do level 1 is set the table. Level 2 is table manner splits. And level 3 is dining out done right. So we're going to go to table manner splits. And you have 5 minutes to answer as many of these challenge questions as you can. It does offer you the chance to review it before you go through, again, reinforcing that learning. But right now, what do you do first? So you drag this one. Again, this is drag and drop. Food is going around. What would you like to try? And we always teach kids that they should try everything. It's polite to try a little of everything unless you have dietary restrictions, in which case you should really say no in advance. Okay? Your guest Barnaby wants the rolls. Which way do you pass the food? So you drag the basket of rolls. So I just love how this game is interactive and fun. So you grab both, and we're going to pass them. And now it's time to start eating. Which fork should you use first? And you number the forks. All right, and it gives you immediate feedback, which I love about this. All right, and engage your guests with polite conversation. So it gives you some choices. And so I'm going to pick, ew, your guest is grossed out by your bodily functions and no longer has an appetite. I was so sick yesterday. So we wouldn't choose many of these. So, but we're going to choose, so what are your favorite pastimes? Okay, again, a lot of this is to make the kids laugh and have fun while they're learning. All right, those telemarketers always seem to know when you're eating dinner. Do we answer it or reject the call? And it's rude to answer your phone at the dinner table, plus you know they will call back. So there you go. All right, your guests are having a good time. They are starting to get rowdy. Click the things that are wrong to politely remind your guests of their manners. Like personal grooming at the table is not okay. You should take small sips from your drink. Talking with your mouth open is gross. No one likes seafood. Complaining during the dinner is not polite and makes your guests feel awkward. Yes, nose picking at the table is gross. And politely talking to your neighbor is a good thing to do during the conversation. So obviously that was the only right one. All right, and we'll see how we did. So I've gone up to 16. Yay, my score is getting better. Okay. All right, so the game is over, so we're going to go back to this. All right, and 1 week later, you get a little feedback, and you get invited out to dinner with them at one of the high-class local restaurants. So this is the third module, and you have 5 minutes to answer as many of the manners challenges as you can. You earn points for each correct answer and lose points for each wrong answer. So this is kind of like Jeopardy. I am ready to continue. You and your friends will be paying for yourselves tonight. What should you let the waitress know? Or when should you let the waitress know? Right now before you order, while the waitress is taking your order, after the meal, or after you get the check? Right now. Good choice. It's rude to wait until after you've ordered. Your friends are all looking at the menu. About half of them are ready to order and half of them aren't. When? Are you ready to order? I am ready. You can take my order first. We'd like a few more minutes. Or how about those of us who are ready can give our orders first to those of us so those aren't? No, no, no. You should always wait until the whole table is ready to order so no one feels awkward or pressure. I'm just playing around with this. So now we've got the right answer. We're going to move on. The restaurant has the option of ordering from the menu or getting the buffet. Which would you like? So you're in the same number of points in each, but you'll get to show different manners in the different settings. So again, you can come back and play this and use both choices. So we're going to go from the menu, type in your response, and hit respond. The waitress brings you your drink. How do you respond? Thanks so much. I can't even type. Thank you would have been a better choice, but that's okay. All right, so let's try this. Thanks. They were looking exactly for thank you, but that's okay. We know that's okay. All right, the waitress has brought out your meal first. I'm sorry, it's going to be just another minute on yours. What should you do? Eat it or wait until everyone is served? We're going to wait, obviously. These are manners. The waitress brought you your food. There's something wrong with it. What do you do? Shove it in her face. Call out, hey, this isn't what I ordered. Could you fix it for me? Excuse me, ma'am, I actually ordered rice instead of noodles. Could you please have it switched? All right, yes, you don't make a big deal out of it, but it's time to eat. There's a spot of something on this glass. What do you do? Smash it, take it to the nearest waiter, just don't drink out of it, or ask the waitress for a new one, or laugh about it with your friends. We're going to ask for a new one, because we're trying to use our manners. Dinner's over and the waitress has brought you your check. How much do you tip? And you enter a number in the box. It is usually best to tip closer to 20%, but between 10% and 20% is acceptable. So it gives you choices. All right, so now I'm back down to 12. Okay? So, and then we can go back and replay it, and we can look at the actual other one. So, anyway, so that kind of tells you what we have going on. And again, there's one of the guides, so I'm going to go back and show you a little bit more. So that's kind of the program. Again, I've kind of gone through it very quickly, but I'm trying to be mindful of your time and getting back to your day. I'd like to invite you to contact me if you need any more information, and I will be happy to share any of this with you. And again, please feel free to go to our webpage and use it yourself if you'd like to. And if I can help you in any way, I'll be happy to. Again, this is all on our 4-H Manners Worth Millions page. And it's not going back there, but it's okay. So I'm going to go to I'll show you how to get there from our Georgia 4-H homepage. I'll just search Georgia 4-H. And it takes you directly to our page. So that way you can get to everything. And I hope that you will choose to use this game, as well as I'd like to go ahead and show you the Manners Bowl, because I think a lot of you could use this. There are instructions for the Manners Bowl also on the page. This is directly to the links. The instructions are actually in the introductory document to the whole Manners curriculum. But these can be cut up and done as questions. I've even had a county use a PowerPoint to do this. I've also had a county make their own game board to do with this. So, but you can also divide kids into 2 different teams and have them use either buzzers or raising hands, whatever way you'd like to use. But this works great in a 4-H club meeting because, as you and I both know, kids are not getting these soft skills, so to speak, at school. And I think it's very important for us as 4-H professionals to educate them in manners as much as we can. Plus, in 4-H, many of them do get to go to some formal events where they do need to use good manners around our 4-H donors and around other people that we are trying to introduce the great impression of 4-H that we know that 4-Hers always give. So that's kind of a little bit about that. The introduction up here is the document I was speaking about just a minute ago. But again, these are all welcome. You are welcome to use all of these, and I hope that you have enjoyed seeing this today. We were very proud of earning the Educational Technology Team Award, and also all the students that worked on it got that award with me, as well as my coworkers. So it was very much a team award, and we very much appreciate the opportunity to work on this. And I encourage you to seek out the units at your university that may be able to help you in something like this, because this was done totally for free at no charge to Georgia 4-H. So that was a great win-win situation for us. They got college credit, and we were able to get a great educational interactive resource to use with our kids. Does anyone have any questions? If you'll just type that in the chat box.
Thank you, Cheryl. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. Looks like we have a question from Elaine. Do you mind if we share this resource via social media? It's a terrific one, and I think kids and club leaders would love it. Cheryl, would you like to answer that one?
Sure. Of course, Elaine, you are welcome to share that in any way you'd like. And if you'll just, when you have a chance, if you'd copy me on that, that'd be awesome. I'd just love to see the results from that, or if anybody takes you up on it. We will be observing, obviously the hits on Google Analytics for this site, so I'll be able to tell, if there's any traffic from there or not. But above all, I thank you for thinking that it's a good resource. We think it's a good resource, and I appreciate you sharing that. So sure, feel free. And thanks to Jane and Joel for everybody for saying your nice comments. I really appreciate it. I'll be glad again to work with you on anything if you need more help. But Joel, there is an assessment tool, and I could share that with you later. It is not posted on our website because we usually just use that internal to Georgia 4-H. But if you'll email me, and I'm going to type my email right here, and that way I can try to get that to you as quickly as possible. Oh, you're welcome.
Are there any other questions before we wrap up for today? Okay, well, Cheryl's email is on there, so if anyone thinks of anything after we leave the session today, please contact her. We appreciate each of you being here this afternoon. Please make sure you register for our September webinar. It will be the third Wednesday of the month, as we have done each month at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and that registration information can be found on the NAE 4HA website. Thanks again for all of you being here, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Thanks, everybody.